Good day, my beautiful people. How are y'all doing? I want to say thank you to all of our subscribers because without you, this would not be possible. And I want to say thank you to everyone who even listens to my content. Like, share, subscribe, and comment down below. Alrighty? Okay. The unexpected benefits of gardening for physical health and wellness. As you all know, gardening is a low level physical activity. Okay. Um, the other day, I was helping my mom in her garden. She has 5 beds, and we put 4 bags of soil in each one, plus some pea moss and as well as vermiculite and perlite. And she was like, "Woo, this has taken so much out of me, and I didn't even know, this required all of this." As you all know, she injured her ankle about a month ago, and she just found out the other day that she had a hairline fracture, so she's now in a boot. And I told mom, I was like, "Yeah, my comment to her is gardening is work. It is work." So, okay. Gardening has so many benefits, and I'm going to go down the list, and I'm just going to cover some topic, cover some of the pointers. Stress management. Gardening takes your minds off of your problems for a while. Your mind, it shifts from your problems to the task at hand out there. Studies have shown that gardening is a great way to reduce stress because you are spending time with nature. You're becoming one on one with nature, thereby boosting your positive emotions and reducing the feelings of depression and loneliness. You're calming your mind and your body. Um, it and I think this next one goes hand in hand with um stress management. Gardening boosts your mood. When you're out there in the garden, you're surrounded by nature and beauty, like your flowers, your herbs, the fruits and vegetables that you are growing. You're out there with Mother Nature. You're out there, you as you walk, you get to see the pretty flowers and the smells of the smell of everything that's around you. You see all the bees. Um, you know, going around, and all of the other all of the other insects can get it out. The bees are doing their business. They're pollinating all of your flowers because they are attracted to the nectar, which is their primary food source. Bees transfer pollen from one plant to another. Okay. Gardening makes you happy. Okay. And gardening, it is good for your heart. It is good for your heart. Because you are walking, you're stooping, you're reaching, you're working your muscles in your arms and in your legs, in your arms. You're digging and you're raking, you're weeding, you're de-weeding, and things like that. You're digging holes. You're working out and burning calories, whether you know it or not. You're using different muscle groups, like I said, in your legs, your arms, your shoulders, your back, and along with your back, your core comes into play. It does. We don't think about things like that when we're out there gardening. We just know we're out there doing work. Okay. I mean, we're picking up soil, we're picking up tools, and we're transferring plants, whether in totes, and we're out there getting our garden ready. We're working, we're burning calories. Okay. All of these, I'll let me see. I done lost myself. All of this releases endorphins, which reduces stress and it improves your mood. This also leads to a stronger immune system. All of this, like I say, it's all of this is improving your health, your heart health. People who engage in gardening for less than 1 hour per week reduces their risk of death from heart disease by 12%. And those who engaged in gardening for more than 2 hours per week reduce their risk of heart disease by 7%. I'm thinking that's probably 37%. It makes you appreciative. Yes, gardening makes you appreciative because you take pride in what you've done. You get a chance to see your seeds turn into plants, and from that, you do get fruit and vegetables. It increases your self-esteem. You start to tend to and care for plants and everything in your garden. You notice things like the growth that is occurring, if something is right or it's not doing well, or if it's not getting enough water, if it's not getting enough sunlight. All of this gives you a sense of accomplishment. You will soon start to taste and enjoy the fruits of your labor, and you start to figure things out on your own through research and making phone calls, or even perhaps reaching out to family and friends who may also garden. And through this, you are learning the cycle of life through gardening. Yes. Gardening also enhances your immune system. It states that working in the soil exposes you to beneficial microbes that can stimulate your immune system and may ward off certain illnesses, in addition to giving you that good old vitamin D. That also increases your calcium levels. Okay, let me go on down. Vitamin D, it gives you vitamin D. Getting outside gives you exposure to the sun. That is correct. When your skin is exposed to the UVB rays, it produces vitamin D. And please be careful when you are outside. We'll discuss that later. All right. Because the reason I say that is because you don't want to run the risk of a sunstroke or even sunburn. So, and did you know that there is a conversion of cholesterol in the skin to vitamin D3 through a conversion process with the kidney and liver? All right. Gardening develops grip strength through things like digging, planting, chopping, and weeding, and because this engages your fingers and your hand muscles. These activities help build dexterity and fine motor skills, which provides resisting training for muscles around the hand joints. Right now, I'm not gonna even lie. From Monday, digging holes and things like that, my hand is sore. My fingers are sore. Okay. And healthy eating. Gardening promotes healthy eating. Don't you want to try what you're growing in your garden? You know what fertilizers you put on your plants, and if you're using any pesticides at all, which I doubt you are. You have access to fresh produce in your own backyard. You can go grocery shopping there anytime, and um this will also make you happy knowing that you don't have to go to the store for a bell pepper, for an onion, or for any particular herbs. All of that's right there in your backyard. You can go shopping anytime. Okay. And you get a chance to eat what you've grown with the seasons, because we have 4 seasons in a year. So you get a chance to, like, for the winter, your brassicas. And sometimes, depending on the types of greens and things like that, maybe heat tolerant. Your tomatoes, summer, okra, summer, fresh berries and peaches and cherries, grapes, oranges, your fruits, your oranges, your plums, your blueberries, strawberries, and things like that. And you also get a chance to taste your herbs, things like your dill, your sage, your rosemary, your mint, your chamomile, your oregano, and your lavender. And you get to connect with nature, becoming one with nature. God exposes you to that. Depending on where you live, you might get a chance to see a lot of wildlife, you know. Like I say, the frogs and the bees and things like that. You get to see rabbits and all like that, and that's enjoyment just to get to see how they are moving around in your gardening and things like that. I don't just go out there to work. Sometimes go out there just to sit down and observe. Okay. Um, let's see. And in doing so, like I said, when you're sitting outside in your garden, you get to observe and notice things that you hadn't noticed before just by being outside. Okay. And gardening promotes social interaction, because the reason I say this is because you can become a part of you can join a gardening community with your own community. Um and through this you get to be part of a mission by helping to build a gardening community. And you get to through this you get to help others who are, let's say, people who may not be able to afford certain fruits and vegetables and things like that. And you get to be part of something that where you're involved in the planning, the planning stages of a garden community and things like that. um and you get to, like I say, you can also be part of a gardening community online through Facebook, through YouTube. And there are people out there who are so knowledgeable and they're loving it. Like I said, they don't mind sharing what they know, you know. Um, and gardening promotes bone health. Like I said, it increases your muscle strength and your coordination. I'm going down. Um, Gardening, for me, it makes me happy, you know. And there is somehow gardening decreases dementia. Um, it states that gardening lowers the risk of dementia by 36%, and it improves the levels of the brain nerve growth. Okay, guys, I've gone over some reasons really why you should get to gardening, grow your own food. Like I said, it makes you appreciate what you're doing, and you get to eat healthy because you're going out there eating fresh produce out of your yard. You know what you're putting in your food, in your garden, and what you're not, versus the grocery stores. They're spraying pesticides on our food to preserve the do I want to say the freshness of the product. We don't know how long this stuff has been sitting there, from the growth, from it being picked to being put on a truck to being put in the grocery stores. We don't know. So, um, but yeah. So let's say, what have you? What's keeping you from starting a garden? All right, guys. That's my information for today. I hope you have enjoyed it. Um, because I have. It was fun doing this little old assignment. Not knowing that, not that gardening does all of this for us. It's helping us. So, like I said, you don't have to have a full-fledged garden. You can just, some people don't like the insects and things like that. You can just do an herb garden right there at your back door or right there close to your patio. You can do a three-tier garden or a table garden where you don't have to be bending over and things like that. So I highly encourage you to start gardening, and just let me know if this video has been helpful for you, okay? Thank you guys, and y'all have a blessed day.